So this week marks officially 1 year since I launched my channel. Hey everyone, I go by V Lauren on social media, but you can call me Victoria, and welcome. So again, thank you so much for your subscriptions, your views, likes, comments, shares. I can't articulate it. Like, I honestly can't articulate like how, like, my brain can't fully compute. Because I wasn't thinking that my channel would grow in the way that it has. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to reflect on the growth of my channel and then also talk about the future. Hey, I go by V Lauren on social media, but you can call me Victoria, and welcome to another installation of A Month of Sundays. So Month of Sundays, if you don't know, is a series devoted to showing you behind the scenes of what I do as a photographer, as well as me building the content on this channel. So in the first installation of this series, I talked about how my objective with this channel is to just build. It's to just start the channel and build it from the ground up, and following the philosophy, or should I say the mantra from the Field of Dreams, that if you build it, they will come. It's crazy to me that, you know, not just tens, but hundreds and even thousands, like literally thousands of people have watched my content and even decided to subscribe. So I'm really grateful and just honestly amazed that the things that I'm producing resonates, you know, with people. It's amazing, okay? Because I started this channel because I was kind of bored with YouTube content, and I'm a writer, so I was kind of thinking about like the Toni Morrison quote where she said, if there's a book that you want to read but it hasn't been written yet, then you must be the one to write it. And so following that same mindset, it's like, well, if there's a video that I want to watch but it doesn't exist yet, then why not try to make it? And so that's what this channel has been. Like, I'm a part of the audience of the channel as well, and I wanted to create a space where I can create the content that I also wanted to watch. And so the fact that literally like thousands of people have watched, like I was thinking, okay, you know, if I get to 500 subscribers, like that's cool. Like we could just stop there. So the fact that that amount has been surpassed within the first year, you know, I'm like, okay, I gotta step it up a bit. I launched this channel with 2 series. The first is Witness to Glory, which is essentially a series catered to budding church photographers, experienced church photographers, anything related to church photography. So I just wanted to share some things that I've learned along the way as like a self-taught photographer, and the fact that it's a blessing to church photographers, you know, or even like people who don't do church photography and they find some of like the content relatable and helpful to other areas of photography. Like that's the goal. So much of what I talk about is pertaining to church related things that I want to show. I do stuff outside of the church as well. Like I do other types of event photography. I consider myself to be a documentarian / lifestyle photographer. So I felt like it was important to launch a second series, which is Still Good. And the thing is, the way that my mind works is that I like to release content in series because it's a good way for me to organize all these different things that I do want to talk about in a concise way. So that when you get to the channel, it's like, this series is about this series is about this series is about this. So hence why I like to do that. And the interesting thing about me launching Still Good is that it produced one of my most watched and viewed videos on this channel, which is interesting because I realized like throughout the process of me building this channel that I'm not afraid to change my mind about content. Maybe it's the perfectionist in me. Like I want to really produce qualitative content. So I uploaded an episode of Still Good talking about subtlety and how it could be a great technique for portraiture. And there's something about it that I didn't like. So I re-edited it and I uploaded it again on like this random day. And then that became like my most popular video yet. because I'm creating the content, I also want to enjoy it as well. And so like, it's hard for me to produce things that I don't really enjoy doing. So I want to make sure that whatever it is that I'm creating or making, that I enjoy the process of making it, as well as, you know, watching the finished product. So I'm not beyond, you know, going back and like, let's scrap that and try that again. But I also launched this channel starting with a Canon on the Canon. This series was like the whole, like one of the main reasons why I wanted to launch this channel in the first place. And I wanted to talk about photography on this channel, but I also wanted to talk about other things that I was interested in. I think there's so much great information in the canon of scripture. And I wanted to create a series that mixed all of my interest into one, that it gets deep into the scriptures, but then we're also taking a historical approach and making it relatable to our everyday lives and experience, and seeing how some of the events in the first century relate to what we are experiencing today, and how there's like a historical connection, you know, and using photography as a medium to share that information. And so that's the heart behind a Canon on the Canon. And it really started with me doing a deep dive into the Gospel of Mark. So the thing is though, when it came to producing this series, like I really wanted to be intentional about it. I know since I have this channel and I wanted it to be about photography, I didn't want to lose some of my audience members for producing content that they didn't initially subscribe for. So what I decided to do, and this is like my announcement concerning this series, is that I launched Canon on the Canon, the series, as a second channel. So all of my content that revolves around ecclesiology, Christology, hermeneutics, history, cultural heritage preservation, all of those type of things that I'm interested in is going to be on that channel, my second channel, because I want to be clear and make that separation of like what you're going to get on this channel versus what you're going to get on that channel. So like I didn't want to release like episodes and it's kind of like like this is not the usual. So I wanted to devote a channel that's entirely for that content, because I feel like it's important, right? And then leave this channel, my main channel, is like all things photography, so I can pursue church photography, car photography, street photography, sports photography, like any sorts of documentation when it comes to the events. So like I just want this channel to be everything pertaining to what I'm interested in as a photographer, and then leave that channel, a Canon on the Canon, to be devoted to that series specifically. So that's where I'm going with this channel. So the future of this channel is just going to be everything revolving around experimenting with different photography techniques and styles, just having fun and being creative. And hopefully, you know, the things that I'm learning can be helpful to you as I continue to grow as a photographer. I am pursuing photography in 4 ways. Like, one, as a business owner, as a staff photographer, as a freelancer, and then as a hobbyist. And I feel like over these last 3 years, I've been pursuing the main 3, which is like as a business owner, staff photographer, and as a freelancer. And my hobbyist ventures and pursuits have, you know, pretty much fallen to the wayside. Photography is a passion for me. I'm always a passion over profit type of person. I don't want it to be the case where like every single time I'm taking photos, it's for some sort of financial gain or benefit. Like I do want to take photos for fun. And that's why I also say that I'm pursuing photography as a hobby. I feel like even if you are a photographer, you do this professionally, that photography should also be a hobby. It should also be an outlet. Granted, it is an expensive outlet, but I feel like, you know, if you're pursuing it professionally, you should allow the profession to help you invest into the hobby of photography as well, and vice versa. So what I really want to do in the future is like really pursue photography as a hobby on this channel, and just have fun with experimenting and pursue it not with any financial gain attached to it, but just purely for the enjoyment of it. I feel like that's what's been lacking for me. Like I feel like, you know, when it comes to photography, everything has been like client based and like work oriented, that, you know, sometimes it can become, what's the best way to describe it? Mundane. and not as exciting anymore. So I feel like if I pursue it as a hobby and I use this channel as an outlet for that, that I can come back to the profession with a set of like new eyes and new skills and new techniques, because I do want to grow and I don't want to be stagnant in my professional work. Hopefully by me exploring it, you know, in this vein, that it can be insightful and helpful for you and give you insight as to how you could potentially work as a photographer. So I'm excited to see what year 2 would look like in terms of content and personal growth, as well as the growth of this channel and community. I definitely want to foster a community of creatives and exchanging different ideas and food for thought, you know, just to be like a resource and an outlet to provide information that can ultimately make us, you know, not just better photographers, but people. So this is what year 1 looks like. It don't look too bad if I say so myself. It don't look too bad, you know what I mean? So I'm grateful for every single person that has consumed the content and decides, I'm gonna subscribe. I like what you got going on. So that gives me the encouragement to continue to create and produce content. So yeah, this is year 1.